He looks young, so I'm very happy to introduce Sir, Abdul Sir, I would just say, and I would, leave the floor. I don't want to steal his thunder, so it's all yours.
Good morning from UK time. I just landed from UK today morning, so Indian time, so I can call it as UK time good morning and Indian time good afternoon. So how are you guys? So all of you are engineers? Yes. Unfortunately I'm not. But fortunate or unfortunate? Or how should we call it? So I can say unfortunate from this side, fortunate from that side. Fortunate? Okay, why are you fortunate? Why are you fortunate? Come on. We're just friends over here, and he called me young as well. I believe I'm still young. Alright.
You look as well.
So, why are you fortunate? Yourself? Please. You got saved, right? You can see your face. Alright, please. Why are you fortunate to be an engineer? And why do you want to be an engineer? Just normal, casual.
It's a very interactive and a participative session, so you don't need to freeze yourself. It is just that he wants to interact, and mind you guys, you might not even get an opportunity again in your life. If you want to probably look at who he is, you can probably go to LinkedIn, you'll probably have goosebumps. I have a few photos. We don't have time. We had taken photographs with Dick Cheney. How many of you know Mr. Dick Cheney? The Vice President of US. He has taken photographs with the former Prime Ministers like Deva Gowda. He's meeting him in a couple of days. Modi ji, Advani, many more big, top bureaucrats. So use this time. I'm not saying, to be glorified, but just make it as a participative session. And he's here to take a very general topic. He's not going to ask you in your subject, so don't worry. So he's not going to test your knowledge here. It's just going to be interactive, and whatever he has done, he is just going to share his experience. So I would expect you to be more participative, please. Yeah. So, okay, anybody from that group, why do you want to be an engineer? Yeah, please.
So I want to become an engineer. It's all because just to live, survive, I need a job. So I need degree. I have to study everything. So only I have joined engineering, and I am going through it. I'm pursuing.
Thanks for being honest. Fantastic. You see, he wants a job, and he believes survival of the fittest, and the money will help him out. Any other one? Workers, come on. Please. Only men? No women? Yes. After you, the green one, yeah?
So, being an engineer will help you to revolution the world, sir.
Revolutionize the
If
world.
you're being a doctor, you could save people's life. But if you're an engineer, you could promote their life.
Excellent. Yes, madam, yes, also. Come on, don't need mic, that's fine.
Just to know our surroundings and make new innovative things and to know more about our surroundings.
To know about the surroundings. Be innovative. Fantastic. To me, engineers, so what do we call God as? Creator. And who is an engineer? So what is the matching points over there for God and engineers? You both are creators, right? So, how many of you are creators over here? I believe all of you are. Good. So all of you are creators who are trying to create something. You will stand out if you think outside the box. As he rightly said, I'm here for a survival. You want the innovation. And the gentleman wants something, he wants to create some other experience which they want to leave to the world behind. So just think for a minute, if you just want to go and work, or you want to leave something behind in this world, where you want to establish, keep your name for the next legacies to come. So you're creators. So what will your creation be? Have you got anything in mind?
Geez, which will make easy living of the person.
Okay. Make an easy living of a person. Any other creation which you want to contribute to this world's development, which you must have thought of. Which year are you in right now? Third year? Okay. So you got one more year. Yes.
Sir, I need to create a pen drive which
Uh-huh.
consists of a large amount of data. I mean the whole world within a small pen, which should be something so handy, so model. I need to create it so small, so I can keep everything inside one pen drive. Like it's just a. I hope you have seen the movie Lucy in 2015. At last, they will be creating a pen drive. Within everything in the world will be within that pen drive. Knowledge, gain, whatever we need.
Okay.
So I am working towards that.
You're working towards it? What work have you done?
So till now I have seen my all the memories, and I have started my basic now only. So but I am working towards this project the last 6 months ago.
I wish you all success, mate. I wish you all success. You see, that's the kind of motivation we need among us. So you got something? You have developed something? Yes, you can share. You developed an idea. Excellent. You know why? Developing idea is the main thing, but going towards the idea is the second thing. But you know APJ Abdul Kalam. How many of you know Abdul Kalam? You know what he said? Reach the unreachable. Reach the dream the impossible. Reach the unreachable. Dream the impossible. So you've reached your dream, your idea, which is, you think it's unreachable, right? So now you have to dream, you have to what? The next thing? Dream the impossible. You think it's impossible, you have to dream it. So one day you will succeed. So my congratulations to you. Okay? Any other suggestions? Anybody, any other innovations? Come on, they decide, more interactions. Don't think of JPR institutions. Come on, you can interact with me, I'm from UK. It's fine. Any innovations? I think women are more, yes madam.
So as what we see in India, what is the most, people are not able to get the proper water to drink, safe water. And even if you see in Tamil Nadu, we are not able to get water, everybody's, because of the scarcity, everybody is suffering. So we are developing a product just like RO. Like RO is the main which is there in US. US people have developed it and Indian people are using it. But then we are working something better than RO, which our country, like we have planned something like that. So we are working on that.
Fantastic. And what's your part in that, in developing that RO?
So we have planned.
You have the plan.
Yeah, I just wanted to just interview. So she's kind of creating a filter with some membranes so that it's comparatively cheaper.
Compared to the other ones.
She had knocked my doors a couple of times. I was looking for an investor, but I think you're here, so probably if you can take that product.
What's your name, madam?
Sanya.
Sanya. Sanya, I think Bill Gates Foundation have actually invested on a similar project, clean water project. Have you heard of it? Okay. They have invested on a clean water project in Africa, and the investment cost, I think, it's almost closer to $1 billion. Okay. And if you have a project which is similar innovation towards it, you know, all you engineers over here, okay, when a child is born, from the day the birth is an engineer. Do you know how? You know how? Because he thinks out of the box. We think he will not cry, but he will cry. We think he will keep mute, He will not keep mute. We think he will do this thing, but he will do the other thing. So, an engineer's profession is, I will coin it like this, is the person who should think out of the box. For you to be successful, you should think out of the box. Babu was asking me, they know their destination, where they're going to go in future, but they don't know how to succeed. So I told Babu, do they want to work for somebody, or do they want to leave their legacy behind? So, it's between a choice of people. What do you want to win by yourself, or do you want a team to win? So you can combine as a team, develop a product, get patent or licenses for it, and achieve on the grounds of your innovation, or you can supersede all that and build something of your own creativity. It's in your hand, right? Everything is in your hand. So from the day a child is born, he is born a creator. And what should we name the child? Engineer. Because we can't name him doctor. Because he'll go to the gynecologist unit. No, he can't do it. But a creator is born. When a creator is born, he's born from little one. He tries to move, tries to crawl, and then until his end age, he tries to create something or the other in his mind. You know, even words is the creation of knowledge, right? So what should we call them? So you should be proud of yourself, right? So, only one thing, we are not engineers. I'm no engineer, but you have the degree to be put in front of you or after you as an engineer, which certifies you to do the creation. So if I was you at your place, I would rather be more proud, more innovative in terms to succeed. And I trust every one of you in this room are going to be even more successful than what I am today. So I will start by saying thank you as usual for inviting me. And let's start with something. I'm delighted to be here today, and it's a scripted version, I believe. So, okay. So thank you, Panimalar College, for empowering these great team of yours, especially third year students who are here. Thank you so much. And empowering is all the key for you to succeed. So the institution is trying to empower you. You have to empower what? That's the question which I want to pose to you again. What do you want to empower yourself with? Knowledge they're giving you. What do you want to empower yourself with? Innovation? In what? Self-confidence. Empower your brain, empower your mind. That's the main thing. Once you empower your mind, that is the powerful tool. That is the powerful tool. So empowerment of your mind can work a ton in your life. If you want to succeed in your life, if you want to succeed in your profession, whatever you choose it may be. But empowerment of mind is the best teacher. There was once asked by Socrates, who is your teacher? Who is your teacher? Do you know what his reply was? Sorry? Now I hear more from the ladies. Yes. Failures? Okay, that's good. The other reason, I was about to say something else. He said, everyone I meet in this world is my teacher. Everyone who I meet in this world, including an infant to an old man, he is my teacher. So, I meet an infant today, he'll ask me a simple question. Why the color of the sky is blue? I have to Google it. Right? Why is she wearing a black dupatta? I don't know. So, it can be a simple question, but I will not have the answer for it. Right? So, the thing is, everyone, they will have their own knowledge and intelligence which can be contributed for the welfare of the nation, for the development of the nation. Where our country is a harmonious state, then there will be harmony within the world. And how many of you want peace in this world? Peace is the ultimate motive, right? So everyone wants peace. So, you see, peace is only gained by a full stomach and a fulfilled mind. Right? So when there is a fulfilled mind, when you think, yes, I'm empowered with knowledge, I'm empowered with the right knowledge, and with, he rightly quoted, with ample means to support myself, yes, world will be a harmonious place. And each of you are going to be the corridors of success. I can see the lights in your eyes. I can feel that each one of you are going to be successful because you have come to the institution where they will make sure you go to the right sphere of victory. And I trust and believe that this is going to be Panimalar's history from now on. Okay, so a bit about myself. Let me just, blow my own trumpet. So I went to the UK around 20 years back. My father was there, so I went there for 20 years back, and my grandfather, who was a freedom fighter from India, he was a social activist from his very young age, so I developed this habit of doing a lot of these programs around the world, and I was helping a lot of blood donation camps, tsunami camps here and there. And from 2013 there was an unfortunate incident in UK where a soldier was slaughtered in broad daylight. So I started asking questions, for which I've been given various love letters from different organizations. When I say love letter, what does it mean, right? Not the real love letters, proper threat letters. Okay, so when these love letters came in, I took the right side of justice system, because you need to understand, there will be a lot of these things, hindrance come in your life. People will say, oh listen, you should not develop this, because we are a bigger company, we are going to submerge you completely. You cannot do this. Since I said to you about Bill Gates, you may think, oh, he's already developing it. Why should I develop this? Don't get scared. Don't ever get scared. Have you got a book? Okay. So, chalk. Alright, so there is three things, sir. Oh, okay. Alright, there is 3 F's which I want to give you today. Yeah?
I just get your mark.
This is for you men, for you ladies, for you Panimalar. Okay, so it's 3 F's. It's 3 F's. The first F stands for, relating to our previous conversation. My handwriting is horrible. Fear. Remember we spoke about fear? Yes? We spoke about fear? So, when you have the fear within you that you're not going to succeed, or say for example, tomorrow is your exam, you haven't prepared, or maybe you are prepared but you fear to write inside as words into the pen and make it as a powerful, successful script, so you're going to fear. So what will happen if you fear? You'll fail, right? What will happen? Alright. You will fail. When you fail, what will happen? Sorry? What will the world call you? Fool! Really? The world will call you a fool. So, the 3 F's today I give you is, if you fear, you will fail. If you fail, the world will call you a fool. Don't fear, so you don't have to fail. If you fail, I will call you a fool. So don't be a fool. So how many of you take that? How many of you want to take those F's in your life? Great. So, this thing you never had expected from the F's, right? Normally you hear something else. Right. So this is thinking out of the box. Engineers, you can create anything and everything, right? From day one, we can create anything and everything. So just think out of the box. So you can be a creators in your own spheres. So, dear friends, my lifelong goal is to build a peaceful world. So I founded World Humanitarian Drive, an organization which actively promotes peace, education, interfaith harmony, along with our partnership NGOs, in turn who support similar good causes. Working with us, namely World Humanitarian Drive, they are partners of United Nations. They are based in 120 nations. They got the special status, special category, and I'm the advisor for them for UK, the United Kingdom. And you've heard of Space Kids India? Yes? The recent launch of PSLV? Yes? Okay. This was one of our satellites, and day after tomorrow we got another launch. So I want all your prayers for us to be successful. So in an innovative spheres, okay, Space Kids India, we have modeled and developed engineers or scientists, lead scientists in terms of space technology. And I'm also part of Faith Together, putting faith, multi-faith together. Croydon, which is based in Croydon, which is my area. And I'm also the Vice President of International Diplomatic Club, where we try to align with all these diplomats, trying to bring in a universal trend of global cultural peace. So, together we are working hard with various governments to promote peace, education, transparency, governance, and accountability across the continent. As an organization, we are advocating the transparency in the delivery and implementation of e-governance. Remember this word, e-governance, through various projects. And I request you friends today to bring new innovations to this world in developing corruption-proof e-governance platform. Using the latest technology you invent for our nation, and to build a brighter future in India, in this world, my organization will support you wherever you are. Doesn't matter where you live, where you go, my organization will support you. Say for example, you have a new innovation which you think you need a support or you need a funding. We will try to find you. If you need, alright, you think, okay, my state is not helping me out. Let me go to another state which is helping me out. We can put some sources where we are and we can help you out. So this is the development projects which we can help you out in your future. So you're in the third year, keep thinking, keep your ideas growing. So the growing ideas are going to be the tomorrow's successful seed for you to succeed. Do you agree? Yes? No?
Yes.
Thank you. I strongly believe that we are part of a global family. This is true. We live in a time when peace, love, and wisdom should be given priority. How many of you believe in God? Okay, good. Fair amount of people. So we have to respect everybody's opinion. So, God's love is not discriminated. That's what I believe. Against by race, nationality, or religion. Peace should be taken as a way of resolving conflicts, realizing gender equality, and respecting all human beings as you being the leaders of tomorrow. I bring to your kind attention three important things where you can all help me. Firstly, the importance. Can you help me with a book? I think you can be the better person to write. Please. So, shall I scratch these F's for you? Yes? Alright, thank you. So, how many of you have taken the F's? Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. The first one which I want to concentrate on is food security. For a peaceful world, we need food security. As you will agree, when hunger exists at home, or at the national level, real peace cannot be achieved. The second thing is ecological preservation. And the third one is social and economic development. These are the three essential conditions for a peaceful world. Hence, I request you students to use your scientific innovations in achieving this goal. The first one, come on, read it after me. The first one. Second. Third. So, why do you think food security is must? What did I say about food security? Why do you think it is a must? It's a basic need. Yes, ladies?
What you told was if hunger exists in a nation,
Leave my thinking, I want your thinking. My thinking, I know. Please. Hunger exists in a nation. Yeah, of course.
that's what you told, right?
Yes, okay. So what you're thinking, madam?
There exists.
We'll give you an award because you're asking too many questions. Please.
No, sir, one side we have excess, another side we don't have a limit or we have deficiency more. So we need to secure.
Okay, so food security is a must. Alright? A hungry stomach cannot think. Yes? It will create sounds inside. These sounds will make you to do desperate things. Right? And these desperate things can lead you to faults. Right? So when you are at fault, you'll be in somewhere where you should not be. Right? So that's why food security is an important thing and the basic thing in today's world. The second thing which we talk about is why we have to preserve ecological preservation. Why do we need it? Sustain?
Future.
So we can take buckets to the sea and take the drenched oil from the sea. Right? You all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if you engineers were there at the spot, what would you do? How many of you will take a bucket to the sea and take the oil from the sea, or would you use your intellectual, innovative intelligence to do something else? From the spill of the oil, you can drain from its sea so the ocean belt is not being contaminated. How many of you think bucket is a nice concept? Yes, I'll use a bucket. Every day, all my Panimalar students can go there, alright? Take this oil from the sea. Or shall I go to, as you said, shall I go to something of an innovative thinking? So in future, there is one incident which has happened in India, right? This incident. This isolated us in front of world community. Don't you agree? So people in Japan, India invents new technology. Bucket technology. So from sea directly to soil. So oil production in India is boosting up. Alright. So don't you think you have the right to break them? Don't you agree to it? Don't you agree you have to create something innovative so or ecological preservation or ecological thing is being saved? Don't you agree to it? As engineers, don't you think have the moral duty to preserve this world, the beautiful world with nature has to exist in the current form? Don't you agree to it? Or in a better form? Yes? So the third one, social and economic development. Why do you think social and economic development is a must? Yes? Again you. So one for you, 2 awards.
Sir, everyone has to have the social, the responsibility. I am just an Indian, I am not Tamil. I am just an Indian. So I need to develop my country and then I need to protect my country and then I have to serve for my country.
Fantastic.
So,
you're just an Indian or Indian?
Indian.
Okay, I don't want just an Indian. I want innovative Indian. I want a human Indian. I want an Indian who has got knowledge, who can give something back to the world. So you're just an Indian or a super Indian? Tell me that.
Super, ultra super Indian.
Fantastic, fantastic. Economic development. Come on, ladies. You know why economy is important? Because it functions from the household. Right? So how many of you have got ration cards in your home? Maybe all of you? Everyone? Okay. So what does it say on top? Who do they put family leaders as? Okay. And who do they put women as? Where do women come? Who stand in the queue operation? So who operate the whole economy of home? Women. Okay. So from home is where a nation gets built, right? So who builds a nation? Women. So you're more power than men.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Ah. I didn't know that. Cool. So you're more power than women. Oh, more power than men. Oh my God. I'm sorry, folks. I give you up. Alright. So men, what do you think women's contribution is? Let's talk on gender equality. What do you think women's contribution is to the economy?
To be soft. To be soft.
Come on, not only one guy. Come on, from you. All of you. What's women's contribution? You know, women's contribution is everything. From building up knowledge to an infant, to taking them to the schools, to working hard in their homes. So they build up homes, they develop these homes, which in turn builds India's economy and the world's economy. Alright? So we have to respect our women in terms of their knowledge and their capability and the output. I'm a commerce student. So the output they're trying to give. So thank you, women. I respect you and I salute you. So today, these three issues are becomingly important, and as a natural resource decrease day by day, population, food demand increases. So when the population and food demand increases, a global warming is showing signs of endangering the ecosystem and humanity. Unless appropriate measures are taken, global warming will threaten the vulnerable ecosystem. Don't you agree? We have to take action. So what action as engineers you're going to take is an innovative platform. You're going to build new innovations to preserve our nature. So our nature is our mother, right? So our mother, we have to preserve our mother. So our factors determining when we leave this earth, it will be as pure as you came into this earth, right? Cool. So, over the past several decades, the world has made progress in technological innovation across all sectors, including industries, information technology, rocket technology, space science, agriculture, but on one side of the globe, hunger and poverty are rampant. Social conflicts and food riots arise due to the failure of adequate food supply. In addition, 1 out of 3 people in this world, especially women and children, are suffering from micronutrition deficiency. We have been talking about fighting hunger and poverty for a while, but it is still not enough to achieve this goal. So 1 out of 3 female are suffering from micronutrition. Thank you. So, how are you going to help it? The first thing which I said, what will it do? It will help that's right. So it will help your micronutrition. So who needs to be more innovative in terms of food security? Who is suffering from it most? So who should be more thinking about it? So who is eating it? So who should be more thinking about it as well? Men? Yes. So men and women both should be thinking about something like this. Great. Great, 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 great. So if you have children, not all of you, I mean, So when you have children, let's rephrase it. When you have children, so you want your child to learn, to eat. You want to feed him, right? So food security forms the basic requirement and need for a sustainable, healthy society. In spite of increased food production, hunger remains a constant problem for the world's poor. Prevalence of hunger and poverty has diminished democratic institutions and has further boosted protests, riots and social conflicts. Have you seen Syria? Have you seen the desperate people? Why are they hungry? Terrorism. Okay, what leads to terrorism? Religious sentiments? What's the sound which is creating inside? No food? Hunger? Do you know 30% of this non-terrorists, because I'm also an anti-radicalization advisor with various organizations, 30% of the known attacks from people are paid jobs. Okay? Because they want to support their family, they take this money, they go as whatever they call it, and then they get brainwashed. Alright? So imagine if you have a first full load of money with full amount of intelligence, education, with food security, with a powerful environment, beautiful environment, with a nice economic development, with social justice, do you think I'm going to go for something creative? So what is the primary thing? Food security forms the primary justice. So, personally, I have witnessed the reality of hunger naked in my work. In many countries, they have been destroyed by war. Insufficiently rich, middle-class countries, hunger population are endless. We cannot expect peace and tranquility in a world suffering from hunger and poverty. Failure to take appropriate action will result in long-term starvation and malnutrition, which will hinder development and economic losses over the next few years. Am I right? No sound? All of you were listening, right hand. All of you who was not listening, left hand. Nobody? Oh, you. Okay, cool. In order to combat starvation and malnutrition, we need a comprehensive and sustainable growth approach that can provide a livelihood for all and preserve the environment for future generations, leading to a peaceful world. Currently, more than 500 million small farmers produce almost all food. 500 million, including fish farming in most farms around the world. I cannot imagine a world without them. Therefore, we must ensure the survival of the farmers, as well as there is a livelihood for global food security. Poverty and lack of nutrition, I strongly believe, are the security threat. So we must develop low-cost technologies that small farmers, especially women, can continue to apply. So who understands the technology better in terms of food production? Sorry? Women. So who should innovate this technology? Women's contribution should be in this technology, because you understand how to cook, you understand how to clean, you understand, because you know everything. Men, they just sit and eat. Right? So, you understand it better, and I will come to you. Because I consider myself to be a man as well, right? So, men help you with these activities. So it is like an equal platform. We work with each other. Men and women are born together. In terms, when I say born together, it's like we will be your shelter, you can be our shelter. A beautiful way of explaining it, right? So, you cover each other, with one another's passions, innovations. Okay? War cannot bring an answer to any problems in this world. We must work together to bring peace in this world. How many of you believe in war? I'm not talking about the war which is going to happen or which they think that it's going to happen at the end of this destination. Let's not go into politics. But how many of you think war will give us peace? Nobody? So then why is war? Sorry?
To show their powers.
To show their power. Okay, I'll take it. Sorry?
Expand the colony.
Expand. Colonization. Colonization is no more. They don't want to capture any more countries. They want to capture the intelligence. Right? When they take over a country, they take the riches by, you know what India's best riches is? Your collective intelligence. Your human power is the greatest wealth. Japan is going to lack on it because they have brought in the system where a couple produce one child and they decide it should be a male child, and so the population has decreased considerably. China is heading towards it. India is the only country in this world which can be a superpower in 2035 or 40. They know that very well. So you're going to get exported, my dear. Alright? So you're going to be exported to different nations who would want your intellectual, innovative intelligence in this world. Sir, you are listening so much. So tell me, sir, what do you think? Is that right? Yes? Yes. Because I want your contribution. That's why. Watch. I'm confident that if I want to change, I need to create creative programs for people. So through engineers, we must reach out. We must reach out to all community members, including women, men, and children. They must provide all the tools they need for their lives. We must deal with human rights, including education, health, technology, job opportunities, economy, environment, above all, responsibilities. Values, compassion, love and peace. I had to share my vision with various world leaders and today with you. As I want to ask every innovative student what they know, what skills they have, what they can give to this world. People want to be valued, don't you agree? That is the reason why I ask you this question. People want to be valued themselves. When your feedback is communicated, people act proactively in a program to gain confidence and ensure the success of the community and the country from the beginning of the program. It is the most important asset to get a people's support and trust. Human resources are the foundation for building a community and bringing peace and people together. Yes? So in terms of food security, ecological preservation, social and economic development, are we all going to work on these innovative platforms? Yes. So do you understand why it is important? Yes. So out of the box, I just want to say that another topic which I was actually about to discuss with you. This is a very interesting and important one, so which I want to say. Dear friends, I kindly bring to your kind attention there is a compelling cry and need for public accountability. So this is the main thing which I want to say to you. Especially, this is going to be a big business as well. So if anybody wants to invest in business, think about this. Especially for the poor, whose only hope is for governments to help them unlock the possibilities for a better future. For them and their children. The poor do not need handouts. You know the handouts which the government gives every month, every week? They don't need handouts, right? They need accountable governments. The UN estimates that corruption costs $3 trillion per year. How much? Do you know how much it is? $3 trillion per year. I'll give you a rough estimate. It's globally, right? Not in India. $3 trillion globally. In terms of bribes and stolen monies, just think of what that can do. The World Economic Forum estimates it will take only 116 billion per year to feed the world. How much? So what's the corruption? 3 trillion. So 116 billion. Just 116 billion. We can give all of the people in this world food and end hunger. It will take only $8.5 billion per year to eliminate malaria. How many of you had malaria before? You know, in South American countries, there is a problem exists of malaria. And they have been given the vaccination. And these vaccinations are not being properly sterilized. Right? So, if $8.5 billion can completely take off malaria out of this world, we are giving $3 trillion to what? That's right. So that's why all this will not be helpful if something else exists. And what is that? Good. So now, when I say malaria, now that's only 0.29% of what's lost to corruption. How much? Which is a micro percentage. Micro percentage globally. It will take $26 billion per year to send all the kids in this world to school. How much? Only 26 billion. That's enough. And we are losing $3 trillion to corruption. The International Atomic Energy estimates that 31 billion per year will provide energy for all the world. We just need 31 billion. So everyone will have electricity, everyone will have sustainable energy, renewable energy. So they just need $31 billion. And we are losing how much? $3 billion. That's right. So that's just 1% of what's lost annually to corruption. Corruption does not invest in our future. It kills our future. My lifelong goal is to build a peaceful world. That's why I founded World Humanitarian Drive. So now, your intention is to, I'm not saying your intention should be, your focus should be primarily on developing a corruption-less nation. And how this can be possible is only through e-governance. Don't you all agree? Do you know what is e-governance? That's right. So how many of you want to build the software of e-governance? Huh? No? No idea? I'll tell you an example. So how much is lost to corruption? I'm giving you a route. Remember this route. I'm giving you a very, very important life lesson, business lesson. Normally I charge £5,000. Okay? To give you this idea. Imagine you go to a consultant, I want to do something. I don't know, I don't have any idea, but I know technology. So help me. Okay, I'll take your money. I'll give you an idea. You give me the money. You develop the idea, and then I get a copy share of your profit. Do you want to do that, or do you want to take it free from me? The first thing they teach you in Harvard is take other people's money and develop yourself. Alright? So, now I'm giving you the idea, which is in turn is going to be money. Right? So, what did I say about corruption? How much is lost? So, if you are losing $3 trillion per year globally to corruption, so do you think the government will want to stop this from happening? Right? So do you think they will pay you little much to develop something for stopping this corruption? So you're going to get paid how much? Not 1%, maybe 0.01%. How much will you get paid? If you imagine just it being innovative, you invented something you built something, where there is no loop line for corruption being happened, right? So do you think your system, your leaders are going to be happy with that? Why? Because that stops them from making money, right? But remember, if one leader does not accept it, there's going to be another leader. So the world is a market, right? So if you think about India, look at India. The world is a market which is going to help you out, right? So be innovative in your thinking. So there is a loss. This is what economics stands for. There is a loss. $3 trillion per year is corruption. We lose to corruption. $3 trillion. So if there is a loss, there should be a gain from it. Right? So who is going to gain from it? Each and every one of you, if you innovate something. You're losing to food security. Innovative, be innovative in terms of helping these farmers out, being creative, creating a creative platform of innovation for food security. So I'm confident that I want to change this world. I need to have a creative program for people. We must reach out to all community members, including women, men, children. They must provide all the tools they need for their lives. We must deal with human rights, including education, health, technology, job opportunities, economy, environment, and above all, responsibilities, values, compassion, love, and peace. I had shared my vision with various world leaders and today with you as well. I want you to ask every innovative student what they know, what skills they have, right? That's why I asked you, right? So when your feedback is communicated, people act proactively, which I've already spoke to you about, okay? So, when we share love and compassion and wisdom, we can provide humanity with an immortal basis for peaceful and harmonious coexistence. We can create an environment where everyone respects each other and respects different cultures, traditions, religions, and ideas with love, compassion, and wisdom. People around the world can live harmoniously and peacefully. So, to rephrase, three things. There is a loss. Engineers should develop a product which can stop these losses from happening. So, if you stop the losses from happening, who will gain from it? Engineers, right? So, because doctors cannot do it, right? So, who are the innovative scientists? Engineers. So, you're going to create something new? Yes. So, when there is a loss, you're going to mourn about it, sit about it, and like just say, oh, listen, there is a loss over there. Or you're going to sit and mourn about it, or you're going to fight against it, make something innovative, which is going to make a new product or a new innovation, which is going to stop, and who is going to benefit from it? You. When you get benefited, what happens? Your home gets benefited, right? When your home gets benefited, what happens? Your nation gets benefited. When your nation gets benefited, fantastic, fantastic. So I end my speech, as I rightfully do, by quoting Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's speech again. The righteousness of heart. When there is righteousness of heart, there is beauty in character. When there is beauty in character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. All of you know that. Thank you very much. So, hope you enjoyed. We're looking forward to seeing great, innovative scientists from you guys. So thank you for having me. Hope I've made some sense. Men, sorry for keeping you down, but you know, we always men. Alright, we'll find a way. Alright, thank you. Any questions? How many more minutes? So, let's have a question session then. We'll have a chat. What's your name?
Rohit.
Full name?
Rohit. That's the name.
Rohit Sharma? Go on.
Okay. I just want you, what's your contribution towards peace as an individual?
Okay, thank you. So I have to blow again my own trumpet. Alright, so in terms of my contribution, okay. I went to, not recently, I would call it last year, I went and spoke to Dr. Imam Ilyasi from New Delhi. He controls around 500,000 imams in this world. Because basically I think religious leaders are the main reasons for bringing peace in this. They can bring peace in this world, okay? Because when the imam or a religious order, it can be imam, it can be Sankaracharya, it can be bishop, whoever it is, when he can create peace in so many ways, because everybody, 95 or 96% of the population, they go to the religious leader for some reason or the other. So I went to my religious leader, Dr. Imam. He controls 500,000 imams under his corridor. So I asked him, Dr. Imam, there is a problem which I'm having. Whenever I'm going for all these international meeting up with various leaders, they ask me one thing in common. Don't your imams have got anything else to do? Except to issue fatwas. Like Salman Rushdie, take his eyeball out, slit his throat. Alright? So these are not the innovative things which the world requires at this point of time. So they asked me, so what do you want to suggest? So I told him, why don't you issue a fatwa, or fatwa means suggestion by the way, alright? It's just a suggestion, but it makes it, from Arabic it makes it so awkward. So, fatwa, why don't you issue a fatwa like this? All boys and girls, men and women should be educated. They should be educated in multi-faith knowledge. They should be educated until their graduation level, and it should be made compulsory, and it should come from a religious order. Because there is a stigma in a particular part of a religion or a particular caste or certain areas where they say women should not get educated. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when we break the stigma from the religious point of view, don't you think your parents would agree to it? So I tried to break it. So then he asked, what are the benefits? Of course, they would love to know what are the benefits. So the benefits is, other religious faiths will think, as a religion, Islam is trying to come for a progressive religion. They're trying to go for a peaceful solution. They're trying to educate their children. They're trying the women, the girls, to come and educate themselves. So which will create a positive image on Islam, right? The second thing, what happened is, it will contribute to a safer name for the imams. So that way the imams can also have a beautiful name saying that they are contributing towards world peace, right? So this fatwa was issued, Rohit. This fatwa was issued, and 5,000,000 imams, sorry, 500,000 imams. So if one imam has got 100 followers or disciples or families under him, so for 500,000, how many families do you think? Do the maths. Huh? 500,000 into 100 families? 50 million? 500,000 into 100? 50 million. Yeah, I think I calculated it before. Alright, so it's 50 million homes who have accepted the fatwa through that. For the which I received an BRICS International Peace Award from the Honorable PMO Minister, Honorable Jatin last year. And after that, I was also given the Ambassador for Peace Award for my various contribution in eliminating, or you can call it as anti-radicalization views and things like that, where we are trying to input to the societies in terms of lobbying for peace, and as an actual activist for education. And just to share it again, I've also got award, we can call it. It's a UNODC, which is a United Nations of Office and Drug and Crime award from United Nations affiliated to the Saudi government. And the last one is a very recent one. I've also been given the award of, not award, I would say, how do we call it? It's a knighthood. It's from Malta. I'm a Knight of Malta. Okay? So I will share the video. So it's the only title. I think I'm wearing a badge for it. Okay? So these are the contributions. Rohit, any other questions? Yes. What's your name?
Okay, just between, sorry, the buses are there, it is ready, and again, sorry sir, to
One more minute.
yeah, in the interest of time, we take one last.
Sir, in terms of anti-radicalization, food security, all these, what is your view on a one world government?
New World Order? Right? Okay. So, they say in India, how many of you know about this question? It's very tricky. He has done a lot of these Googles, I believe, right? Yes? Okay. Alright, so when you say about one world order, new world order, or old world order, whatever it is, okay? Let me ask you this. In India, there is an ancient tradition. I don't know how many of you know. Please raise your hand immediately when I say that. Vasudeva Kudumbaho. No? Nobody? Nobody? No? You know what it means?
Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Krishna.
Okay. The world is a village. World is a village. And everybody are related. Right? So that's New World Order. So Vasudeva Kudumbaho is said by? Long years back. We live as a family as long as we believe in this family system. Right? So New World Order, whatever people want to say, they can call it whatever way they want to call it. But it's your contribution which needs for the society. So remember what I said about APJ Abdul Kalam? The word to succeed and righteousness of heart start from you. Your righteousness decides your peace for the world's peace as well. Alright? So thank you children for having me. God bless you all.
So, thank you sir, I think it's been a great interactive session. And to students, you should understand that he had landed only today, in the early hours. He had two of, his marathon conferences. He never slept. And most importantly, I think we both do not have a lunch. Yeah. So he was just saying to me that, yes, I think I am a bit late. So I wanted to go across and ensure that I take this session. So I think please, put your hands together for such a great opportunity. The one suggestion I would like to say to you is please don't take everything what you have inside and just forget it out. I think you have to start, transforming. I think that's how, you have to start looking at. It's your right time, your right juncture, third year people. As he always says, you can be an entrepreneur, go with your will. It's all about your ideas. I'm sure a lot of people here, it's great minds, but as he rightly said, go across, even though, there are a lot of uncertainties, even if the decision is not in favor of you, go across and try it out. So, thank you so much sir for investing your time. It's a great pleasure to have you. I had a great ride of 1 hour with you. So, thank you so much and I look forward for many more. Thank you. Thank you students. You can leave for the day.